Hi everyone, this is my course plan. The course development, designing, developing, thinking about this online course. It's an introduction to communications at Minneapolis Community and Technical College. And this is my presentation. I give you an overview of the materials first, and then I have a presentation that I did at work. This is the course textbook that I chose, Essentials of Human Communication, Joseph A. DeVito. I chose this book because it already had a lot of interactive video and it was engaging, easy to read. I think there's a lot of course textbooks out there that are not necessarily well put together, but this one was good, and I liked the teacher website. There's also one for the students so they can practice activities there too if they want to. Course content. I didn't put the syllabus and schedule here in the PowerPoint, but you'll find that in the discussion board and you can review that. It really describes and lays out my course. I spent a lot of time on it. I look forward to some feedback on it. All content and material in the course will be in D2L. I have not loaded that course yet because usually they give me the course and then I put everything in there. So for now I'm putting some of my materials in my course blog, and you can see some of that too. I did some revision on my lessons, and I will attach those too. You can look at those. Okay. To go to the course blog, you can click on this link. Let me know if it doesn't work. Again, there's videos. I have some sample lectures. I did try a number of different ways to do lectures. I did get Screen-O-Matic to work with my video in the corner and the PowerPoint, so I'm really happy about that. I did not use that for this presentation. Instead, I went to work and did a video with my little video camera and uploaded that into this PowerPoint. That was done at school. I included the 2 rubrics. That is attached also in my, I'll attach it to the course blog. Okay. Formative assessments. Each chapter module, I call it module, is organized. There are 6 modules, and then we have a final project, which is the last 3 or 4 weeks of the class. But for the modules, they have study guides and Socrative quizzes that they can do as self-assessment. I decided not to have those as graded. That was recommended by Adam, and I think that's right. I don't want to be overwhelmed. There's a lot of work with teaching online, and I will probably be teaching some classes too, so I think this will be plenty. Unless I feel that students are not keeping up with the materials, I might require those activities. D2L discussions. I thought 1 a week, an original post and 2 replies for undergraduate students was plenty. I find that these take a lot of time. I will certainly encourage them to go further than that, and that will be communicated in the rubric. Chat sessions, these will be every other week, but it is scheduled because I wanted it to fit certain activities in the class. You'll see that in my class schedule. So those are my assessments. I think that through those activities, I will get a pretty good idea of how they're grasping the material, and also give them a way to see how they're doing before they get to some of the summative assessments. Summative assessments. Each module has a chapter quiz in D2L. It'll be a 20-point quiz. It will be connected to the study guide, so I hope that encourages students to see the link between the two. I will also communicate that in our lectures and chat sessions to use those study guides to prepare for the quiz. I do always create my own quizzes. I want to make sure that it matches what I do in the class. I'll have multiple choice, true, false, short answer, and short essay. It won't be a long quiz, but I think that it'll be hit those points that are important. Then the application paper is a 1 to 2 page paper where they apply some of the key concepts from our discussions, lectures, and video to real-world context. So taking the information, some critical thinking questions, answering those questions, and then trying to apply those to the real world. I think that will link the reading and writing connection and help them understand some of those points. If they have to write about it, they have to go back to the reading, and that way it will reinforce the important material. It'll also give me an assessment of how they're doing in understanding, and I can step in if there's problems. Then the final project, it's at the end of the semester. I still have some work to do on that, but this is what I anticipate. They'll choose their best presentation out of two choices, either the one on culture or the one on their final group presentation. I'll have a reflection paper. They will explain why they chose the presentation, explain what they did well and need to improve on. I may include other reflective questions on how they feel about their own communicative competence and what they hope to get better at in the future in their classes ahead. Presentations this semester. Students will have an informal student introduction at the beginning. I thought this was an excellent activity to get started this semester. I didn't think it was difficult. I'm hoping they'll be able to do this either using their phone or if they can't, I suppose I will have to have an alternate. Maybe they just post a picture in D2L. But the visual image, I think, is helpful to kind of picture who am I talking to and create community. So I hope that they'll do a short 3 to 5 minute introduction of themselves to D2L. Next, mid-semester, there will be an informative speech on culture, as part of cultural competency unit. I have not created that speech yet, but that I'm expecting that will be in the middle of the semester. Finally, there'll be a group persuasive speech on immigration. That was my third lesson. It is described in lesson 3, pretty detailed. I made some revisions to it and how I'm going to organize the groups based on feedback I got. Student engagement, how will I engage students through D2L discussion board, D2L chat sessions. Like I said, I did that in my English class, and I felt that this was, the synchronous activity was great, that I felt a sense of community, the teacher could step in. Small group activities, final persuasive speech, they'll be divided into groups, 3 or 4 students. So those are the ways that I see students engaging in the class and creating community. Student to teacher engagement, I will give feedback in Dropbox. For their application papers and D2L discussions, I'll use rubrics, but I'll also give some written feedback, possibly even use Audacity and do some audio feedback. Email messages, probably 2 to 3 times in the semester, just to use that as a way for them to talk to me personally and check that regularly and try to respond right away. I think that it's extremely important to show students that I'm there, I'm listening to them when they have problems. The last part, lectures. Each of the 6 modules will have 1 lecture. I hope to use, I like the video and the PowerPoint, so I might use Screen-O-Matic most of the time, but sometimes I just really don't like being videotaped, so I'm not really sure about that. But I tried a lot of different ways this semester, and that's great. I can pull from this. This type of PowerPoint recording is very simple and easy, so I liked this, and then the Screen-O-Matic is not too bad either. So also just videotaping me in a classroom worked all right too. I'm wondering what you think about that as a possible lecture tool. Well, this is the end. I had 2 slides with my video at school, and some of the discussion in the video lecture that I gave you is repeated through this PowerPoint, but I don't know if that you could see the whiteboard and actually understand. So this gives you a little bit of the written description of my course and the documents, and then me in action giving a lecture. So thanks for your feedback. It's been a great class, and all the best.